To get started, you'll need a half a cup of cornstarch, 1 cup of baking soda, and 3/4 of a cup of water. You'll also want a whisk and some sort of scraper, and then a saucepan. Pour all of the ingredients into the saucepan. Then simply give everything a good stirring until it's nice and smooth. And then you'll want to put your saucepan over medium-low heat, giving the mixture a stir every now and then, making sure it doesn't burn. This whole cooking process shouldn't take more than about 3 minutes. Once your mixture starts to get more thick, you're going to want to switch out the spatula for like a scraper, and you'll see here it's starting to get thicker, and you just kind of keep stirring it at this point until it turns into like a dough-like consistency, or like, I guess you'd call it like mashed potatoes or something like that. It'll get nice and thick, and then you'll remove it from the heat. Transfer your mixture into a clean bowl, and here you can see what the mixture looks like. It feels pretty much like Play-Doh at this point, but it's very, very hot. So you're going to want to let this sit for about 30 minutes with a damp towel over the top of your bowl. Once the dough has cooled, you want to knead it together just a little bit, and then you're ready to roll out the dough. You'll want to roll the dough out till it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Anything smaller than that makes very fragile ornaments. Anything thicker than that makes it very difficult to dry out the ornaments, and they normally will crack on you. So try to get it about 1/4 inch thick if possible, and then dip your cookie cutter into some cornstarch so that there won't be any sticking to the dough, and then you simply cut out your shapes. You can then embellish your ornaments. I'm using a rubber stamp, but you can also use like a doily or anything else that will make an impression into the dough itself. So I'm just pressing the stamp onto the dough and then peeling it off, and it works perfectly. If you have a problem with over stamping and you get like the edge of the stamp showing in your dough, just take your finger and lightly run it over or pat that area, and it will kind of smooth out that indentation so it's not quite as noticeable. Next, we're going to poke some holes in the top of our ornaments with a chopstick. This will make it easy to add some string or a wire to hang the ornaments. Once you're done embellishing your ornaments, you'll want to lay them out on a baking sheet on top of some parchment paper. Preheat your oven to 175, place your ornaments inside, and let them bake for about 50 minutes. When your timer goes off, take your ornaments out of the oven and flip them all over so that the back side is facing up. Then they go back into the oven for another 50 minutes. Once your ornaments have cooled, it's time to add some string, some ribbon, or even a little bit of lace in order to hang them on the tree. I found that baker's twine works the best and is most easy to apply. For today's second project, I'm going to share with you how I made these Tart Tin Ornaments. They are so fun to make, and I love their vintage 5, plus they're super duper easy. So let's get started. So I've got random Tart Tins, little circle ones. I have sheet music to use as the base. Then I have just random little things that I picked up at the store. Little deer, little trees, some stars. I also have some stickers and some Christmas stamps like this. So I'm just, and then of course I have some tinsel pipe cleaners. This is just a little piece of it, but anyways. So basically what I need to do, and then I have a hot glue gun also. So I will show you the steps to how to do this. First of all, you're going to want to cut a piece of the sheet music to fit into the bottom of the tart tin, like that. This is just a circle one. Then you're going to hot glue this circle into here, run a piece of some glue in here, and place the circle inside. So I'm going to do that now. And just place this in here. Push it down good so it covers the whole bottom. It covers the bottom like that. Then what we need to do is cut a piece of pipe cleaner that will fit inside like so, and you're going to hot glue that in also. So I like to lay it out in there first, and then using a wire cutter like this, take a big long piece and lay it in there. Figure out how long you need a piece of. Like so. And then cut it off. So then you kind of have a circle. So then you're going to want to do the same thing. You're going to want to take some glue and run it right along the edges, around the whole outside of it, and then lay your tinsel inside just to cover those edges where the paper and the edge of the tart tin meet up. So I'm going to do that now. Kind of have to work sort of fast. Not too fast that you burn yourself. And you don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. So put that in there. Get it pushed down in there good. And just kind of hold it there as the glue dries. And hopefully not get your fingers stuck in there like I just did. But anyways, pull out any glue strings if you find any. Okay, and then the next part, so then it's looking like this. Little tart. And it's got the glitter on it. Or the, what do you call this? Pipe cleaner around it. So then you have to decide what you want to put on the inside. I'm going to put, I don't know, let's do a tree. I haven't done a tree yet. So I got these little trees from Michael's. All of my little supplies like these and my little stars I've had for a few years, but I know that I bought them all at Michael's. So I'm going to put this little tree in. And when you go to glue in your next item, you want to make sure that you're conscious of where the
the design, like you want the design top to be the top and the bottom to be the bottom, and when you put the piece in, to make sure that you're gluing it in the correct direction, just to make it look a little nicer. So it looks like I want to put glue on this base and like bottom part of my tree to make it sit in there nicely. I'm just going to add some glue to both areas. And then pop it in here, kind of where I think it should go. And hold it there for a little bit while the glue sets up. Like that. Sorry, I was out of frame there. So there you go. There's a little tree one. I think they're really cute. I could get a little more creative and like glitter this part. And I've thought about glittering the inside of the flute of the tin, but I'm not going to do that yet. I don't want to get that involved. Okay, so I decided the best way to hang them is to actually drill a hole. I don't know if you can see that right there. I've drilled a hole. So basically what I did was took my drill with a drill bit, scrap piece of wood, and I mark on the tin where I want. See that black dot there? I'm going to put a hole right through there. So I just put my tin down on the wood so it's nice and flat, and use my drill and drill a little hole. So then what I'm going to do to hang it, I'll show you what I have. I have just some baker's twine right here. So I'm going to cut a big piece of baker's twine off, and then I'm going to fold it in half so that the two raw ends match up, and then hold the two raw ends match up, and then pull it down to the end so I get this little loop. So what I'm going to do is tie a little knot. I haven't quite got this to work perfectly yet without having a big loop, but I'm working on it. So anyways, just tie a knot like so, and work it all the way down to the very end of the string. See, I kind of got it too big of a loop there. But anyways, I'll work on that technique. But basically, then you just thread it through that hole. Now, of course, I can't do it because you're watching. Okay, here we go. So you thread it through the hole, and then that's how you hang it. See, if my loop was a little shorter on the end, I think I would like that. So I'm going to work on trying to get that shorter. But basically, that knot just holds it on there, and then it will hang. Super simple. Okay, so I've figured out that I can actually just cut off that loop, and the knot is still good there, and it holds it just fine. So yeah. So here's my loop that I had from the very beginning. I just cut off the loop part, so I just have a knot. And then I've got a very small, I don't know if you can see that or not, really small little knot, and then strings to hang it with. See? Perfect! That's how I'll do the rest of them. So anyways, I'm going to go make some more of these because I am having fun with this. So I will see you later. Toodles. So I finished crafting my Tart Tin Ornaments, and I think that they turned out really nice. These big ones I still need to put some ribbon on, but I don't have any ribbon that matches right now, so I'll have to wait a little bit. But these small ones, I'll have their little tags on them. Or not tags, but they all have their strings on them, and I think they turned out really cute. A lot of repeat sort of things, like I've got a couple different star ones, a couple different tree ones, and then a couple different shapes with the reindeer, but that's okay because they won't all be on the tree at the same place. There's one with a sticker. Here's one I attempted with candy canes. I cut the candy cane in half and then made it so that it would lay nice, but it was a little more difficult than I had anticipated it being. Oh, there we go. I don't know where that piece of paper came from. It's a little wonky looking, but it's okay. It turned out all right. And there's another sticker one. So yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I like these red stars. I think these are really cool. But if I get more motivated, I think I'm going to glitter these inside area of the flute. But I don't think that's going to happen this year. It might be like next year for Christmas. Because right now they're going on the tree just the way how they are. But I am pretty happy with how they turned out. Pretty easy, actually. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today while I worked on these two very pretty ornament projects. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Bye now.